Hello guys. Right, so in today's video we're going to be installing this beast. So yeah, bit of backstory about this motor, as you'll see in the video and here. It was an insurance write-off that I picked up quite cheap, so for $3,000 got the whole motor. It's a 2019 Mercury C-Pro 150. So talking with the guys with Frewza, they reckon 150 should be more than enough for this boat. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Did a lot of work to it. I'll explain in the video, so just following this intro we'll rip into it and I'll explain all that. A little bit of a thing. Yes, I know the garage, you'll see in the video, is a complete mess. I've been waiting to get all the boat stuff out of it because it had the motors, the Minn Kota, all the ICTX, everything in there, so it looks like a bomb's gone off. It's a complete state, so don't rip me in the comments. Been waiting to get all that out so I can clean it all up. So yeah, it's since been cleaned up, but yeah, in the video you'll see it's a mess, so don't rip me for it. Yeah, so let's rip into it and see how we get this on the boat. Cheers guys. So yeah guys, so basically this motor, it's a 2019 Mercury 150 C-Pro. Came up for sale from some people I know, put me in touch with the guys that had it. Basically it was a insurance write-off, so it had been basically it had been sunk. The information I got was partially sunk. They were going to part it out, the garage that did the insurance job on it. So they were going to part it out, and because the bottom leg on these are worth about $4,500 here in New Zealand. So they were going to part out the bottom leg and everything like that. But they decided that they'd put the motor up basically for $3,000, take it away. And I sort of thought, oh well, you know, it's only been partially sunk. Was told that it had been flushed out after it had been pulled out of the water, which when we got it back here it turned out not to be true. So basically we picked it up anyway from Christchurch, brought it back here, stripped all the plastics off, pulled the spark plugs out and went to turn it over with the big strong bar, and it was completely seized up. So at that point we were like, oh crap, it's going to be a dud, just going to have to part it out. But we filled up the spark plug holes with penetrating oil and left it for half an hour or so. And then just slowly started just to move the strong arm bar, just took a little bit of pressure at the start just to break it free, and then just slowly worked it further and further until we could get full rotations and get that penetrating oil right through it. And it spat everything out, and we put torches in there, and there was actually salt water still sitting on top of the heads, on top of like the cylinder 1 and 2 was...
They were bright orange.
They were just, yeah, it was just salt water still sitting in the cylinders, so it didn't have the spark plugs pulled and stuff, which we thought it had. So anyway, I was still like, what's going to happen? We filled her up with with penetrating oil, and ATF fluid and stuff, and basically just turned it over to really get it up and on the cylinder walls, and then we just left it.
Turned it over by hand.
Left it sitting. Basically it was still on the pallet thing, just sitting here in the garage upright, so we just left oil in the cylinder heads just to soak in everything. And then I built that frame there to basically get the motor up on. And once I got it up on that, I actually pulled the whole head off. So yeah, we removed the timing chain. We didn't actually take the whole power head off. So what we did is basically just took the front cover off here. Oh, sorry, no, here, the front.
Yeah, we took the head off.
So we took the cam cover off and basically just dropped the tensioner out of here, and then dropped the whole sprocket and timing chain off the bottom, which allowed us to then take the head off. And then once we took the head off, we found that all the what we thought was rust was actually just like a surface sludge stuff. So the anti-corrosion in the Mercuries, I was blown away. Like, I'd always had a Suzuki and stuff, which I was really impressed with, but this with their proprietary anti-corrosion metals that they use was pretty crazy. Like, we just basically took a rag and just wiped the inside of the cylinders, and they were just like a mirror. So yeah, we cleaned up all of those, brought each piston to the front and wire wheeled them, which took any kind of stuff off, and they look really nice. I've got some photos, so I'll flick those in. Basically, yeah, cleaned up all that, cleaned up the head, the valves and that were full of just sludge and crap and stuff, so we blew all that with compressed air and wire wheeled it and cleaned all them up. Put the head on. I had to get new head bolts because I stupidly went and put anti-seize on the head bolts, and when I put them in and over tightened them and actually stretched a couple of them, so I didn't want to risk it. So got all new head bolts, which were like $4 each or something, but it was just had to wait like 3 weeks for them. So we did that, put the head back on all up to spec, and then I took the back cover off here, which allows you to fully access the back of the crank. So I wanted to look in there because this was actually, the motor was sitting this way up, so this was sitting upright. This, where the crank was, had about 5 litres of water sitting in it, but because the motor had been sitting upright, the water had actually drained off the crank and was just sitting in the back of the crank housing here, so it wasn't actually on the crank. So again, I took that off, sprayed it down with penetrating oil, just got a little brush and just brushed all the crank, compressed air, blew, penetrating oil, CRC, everything all through the bearing housings on the crank where the rods connect. So it blew all the sludge and crap out, recoated it with fresh oil, and it looked really, really good. The balancing, little balancer in there, that all looked really good. Yeah, so basically we just cleaned it all up, put it all back together. I had to replace the starter motor because it had been underwater, it was toast.
It was full of rust.
It was just a rust ball.
And the alternator.
The alternator
Yeah.
was toast. So I replaced the starter motor and the alternator. I basically found those on AliExpress. They're about $100 for the alternator, and the same for the starter motor. To buy OMC ones here in New Zealand, it was about $600 for the alternator and about $800 for the starter motor. So yeah, it cost me a couple of $100 to replace those. And I replaced the relays in here. They were quite corroded. I took apart every single plug, sprayed it down with a bit of vinegar and baking soda just to get any corrosion off, and scrubbed them all, put dielectric grease on all the pins. So basically every single connection we went through and cleaned. The relays were quite corroded, and when I tested their ohms, they were all out of spec. So I found some exact same ones for $8 each, again on AliExpress here in New Zealand. I couldn't even find any, and the ones I could find were like $30 each. So it cost me like $12 for 4 of them. I just replaced all 4, and yeah, and then we started her up, and yeah, she coughed, and we got it, I replaced the fuel filters.
Right, where's all that oil coming from?
It was sitting in the tray because I hadn't opened the drain, so it was sitting in the tray underneath the...
So we've got a new one of those too, eh?
Yeah.
Well, that one just needs cleaning up. There's a lot of meat still in that.
Do you want to tilt that back down, Phil? It's tipping oil everywhere. Yeah, so basically I replaced the fuel filters, we put fresh fuel in it, we managed to get it started, and of course it coughed and spluttered and carried on. So we basically ran it, changed the oil, changed the filter, which, you know, we basically got it up to temperature, changed the oil, changed the filter, did the same thing again, let it run for longer, let it run for about 2 hours, sort of revved it a little bit as much as we could, you know, on idle, and basically, yeah, so I've just been doing some engine flushes just to pull out the last of the crap that was free. So now it's had 3 oil changes. We've still got just a cheapy oil filter on here, and the plan is basically, once we get it on the lake, is to put about 10 hours on it through all the different rev ranges and just really let it pick up all that shit that's still potentially floating around in the motor, and then we'll do a proper oil change with a good quality filter, and then that should be good for 100 hours hopefully. So yeah, she's running, there's no error codes, and yeah, how long it lasts we don't know, but as I say, it costs probably all up by the time I replace some parts, maybe 4 grand. So yeah, see how long she lasts for. And yeah, we pretty methodically cleaned everything. The only thing which I potentially, hopefully, because it's just like a sludgy stuff that it will just clean off in time, is the bottom end bearing. Obviously we didn't take the power head completely off, so we couldn't get at that, but we did blow it out with compressed air from the, because you can see through to the bottom end bearing where the timing chain goes around, so hopefully that just clears itself and doesn't actually have any hard rust or anything. It was just all surface stuff which will just come out. So yeah, that's kind of the story behind the motor. And yeah, talking to the guys at Frewza, they said 150 should be plenty for this boat, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, it's a
high torque,
low RPM, high torque C Pro, so
yeah, so we'll see how she goes. Simple as anything to work on, like you can get at everything. So
well, it's, when we took the sump and the head off, we could see right through the whole motor.
yeah,
so
it's very simple. How's it going, guys? Right, we are on to probably the most stressful job of them all, and that's getting this girl. I've got all the plastics off it at the moment. We're going to take it off the mount and get it bolted onto here, so we're just pre-setting everything up. But yeah, it's always the most stressful time because we don't want to have a motor fall or an accident like that. So yeah, we'll set the camera up so you guys can watch us in action, and yeah, wish us luck. Alright guys, we're just going to silicone up all these, get them in place ready. So going to put the silicone in here. This is just to separate the nut on the from the aluminium, so it doesn't react. So,
the stainless washer from the aluminium.
yeah. As you can see, it's just squished out nicely. So that's got a nice protective layer under it. There's an old rag.
I'll put that one in if you want to.
I'll be silicone up the bolt. That's that plug which I was trying to get out. Spreading silicone all over the bolt, which will then create a barrier and push it through. Hold that if you like. Place that one through.
You didn't want to do a seal around the bottom?
This is our anti-vibration plate. Make sure it's clean. Just goes on like so. Make sure we've got a bit of silicone around this one too.
You could do that just by putting silicone around that.
Good. 6 one, half a dozen the other. Hold it in place.
Rick?
These kind of ready. What we want to avoid now is them turning when we actually put the motor on, so we don't want to spin these, otherwise it'll break the seal that it creates. Trying to really have a good swazzy on because I don't need silicone on it.
You already have.
So I'll take that off.
It's upside down. How'd you look?
This guy.
Had you worried, didn't I?
You reckon?
Yeah.
Right guys, the moment of the
Oh,
truth.
have you got the right size spanner to get all those undone?
Maybe. I'm pointing that there, so I don't know where the motor
I
is.
might stay out of this so I don't get blamed for stuff.
Oh, you'll get blamed anyway, just for being here.
Oh, you had to beat shit with a hammer. Oh.
Alright, this is about the time where I feel like I'm going to throw up.
Do you want me to grab the handheld?
Yeah, if you want to.
Alright. Got the hammer? Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to throw up.
Oh, it moved. I said you should have waited.
This is going to swing once this pops out. Alright, are we ready?
No.
Just get ready to run.
You run where?
I don't know, out of the way of the motor if it falls.
Throw bolts at me.
This is the one that's holding it. Running the truth. Put you off.
Oh, looks like it's going to hold.
It's not off yet. Will be in a second. Actually. Some of this. Is it off?
Look at that. It's where you start trying to move it around that.
I get stressed. So drop it down a bit. Right. Rightio guys. This is my makeshift lifting thing. It's pretty dodgy. So don't rip me apart too much on that. Unless the motor falls off, then feel free. Alright, so
Handle at your feet.
this is the stressful bit. So we just want that just off the ground.
Yep. Maybe a little bit. That'll do, yep. Right. Easy does it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'll stabilise that, you pull. Right.
We probably want to bring that around, won't we? Position that. Righto. Right now, kick that in around. Oh, careful.
Should be able to.
That's it.
Alright, now you should be able to.
Oh. Right, so we need to go that way.
This end around.
Where is all that water coming from?
I'm sitting up on here.
Yeah, how though?
Probably from rain or condensation.
I can't see how rain will get under here. So much got a leak or something.
Condensation from the frozen. How's your side looking?
Well, I haven't even done mine up.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to get this.
I should have bought my meter steel roll down.
Oh, for the height.
Yeah, just to double check.
No, he did say in line with this. It was pretty close though.
Because it's a lot higher than the actual keel.
It is. The water will come out.
Yeah, it
out
comes up
close
and
there.
up. Yeah.
So we'll either have to come down or it'll be pretty much spot.
Well, we can only come down one bolt hole.
Yeah, but it'll either be spot on or.
Oh, once we're on the water, we'll know.
Can't tell whether this is spinning or not. That one.
You reckon we've got enough silicone between the bolt holes and the inside of the...
Yeah. We'll check all that when we get down the lake. This will be one that spins somewhere.
Right, done. Pretty bloody sketchy, isn't it, really? A couple of washers just holding that strap in there and a couple of knots. But it held.
Alright,
Drop the crane off.
motor is on, guys. Well guys, we got this on. It was a stressful mission, but she's now, she's bolted on. As I say, none of the plastics are on at the moment. I've got the cowlings just over there. The other plastics are over there, so we took them all off when we were but we have to give you guys a bit of a backstory about this motor.
Yeah. Do you want to bolt on your your steering thing in there to hold that motor in place?
The hydraulic.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Because we can't lock it in place otherwise.
Yeah, we could put it on there. But it'll probably still move anyway because there's not going to be any oil in the hydraulic.
Yeah, but it'll be enough friction to stop that moving
Maybe.
as much.
Alright guys, we've hooked up the... Oh, as you can see. What? Look at this camera.
Fire it up.
I'm going to say what I was doing. As you'll see, we hooked up the fuel. The reason why we didn't have a thing before is the 14 pin plug wasn't in properly. So we had to sort out some camera batteries. Right.
Yeah.
Normal.
Does it?
Yeah, I thought it was abnormal as well when I googled it, but it's just part of the cooling for the FSM comes out around there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it was weird too, and I had to Google it.
It is weird.
It was perfectly normal. You just like that, the challenge.
Yeah. 'Cause I didn't notice it last time we ran.
Yeah, nah, I freaked out when I saw it. I was like, oh, where the fuck's that coming from?
Not bad for a sunk motor.
Right, 14.2 volts, so the alternator's working fine.
Oh, no, this is way quieter than the Suzuki. No. You'd forget it's even running.
You're a little monster, you know that? Get on, actually.
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I reckon.
Been cooking for a few months, so. Well guys, we're on to the auxiliary and the cable management following this. So yeah, you'll see in this video here, I've trimmed the 2 bars off the inside of the cage there, off that door. That door is removable, but I wanted to try and have the auxiliary with still maintaining the full cage. So yeah, I'm hoping that with a bit of tweaking, I can get the top of the auxiliary to clear the top bar for tilting. I might have to just play around with the mount, but yeah, it's a bit of a long one guys, but hopefully you guys are enjoying, and we'll carry on. This is why it takes us forever to do anything. Our batteries keep going flat. Used up all the batteries on the grinder, keep stopping. Have the boat done in 2 years. Just move that away. White.
At least your back ones will be able to be bolted on though.
You what?
At least you'll be able to bolt your back ones on.
Still sit. So I can do these ones up.
Yeah. Then you just need to drop longer ones in.
Can't fit these on the bottom. Opens it. Alright guys, we just grabbed some longer 10mm bolts. I'm going to silicone these too when I do them up to protect the metals. Yeah, so that'll work. So I'll grab the silicons.
Then just put the stainless ones on the bottom with the nut.
So I'll put, this is just to protect the metals. Let's give it a barrier so the stainless doesn't react with the aluminium.
It probably still will.
Yeah, this will help mitigate it a little bit.
It'll slow it down.
Yeah, it gives it a bit of a barrier. It's not perfect.
But again, you could easily unbolt it every couple of years and redo it.
Where's the sacrificial rag? The ones that I used yesterday. May as well get all of these done so we can crank them up. Really want to rock in there.
I had another thought too. If we have that hand, how far back, that handle only goes up vertical, doesn't it?
No, it folds right back.
Oh, it folds right back?
Yeah.
I'll be good for that. Oh yeah. So yeah, we will be able to kick the motor up if we need to.
Yeah.
And have it like that when we use it. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah. So I think we'll have the handle on the outside.
Yeah. So we'll bolt it on like that.
Because I'm going to get a steering arm for the motor.
Yeah.
When we go to Christchurch next.
Don't you have to have them like built to
They're adjustable. They've got like an eye bolt in the middle that you can...
So how come we couldn't really adjust?
That one that I had was Plus.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is there's better ones on the market?
Yeah. Like Mr. Boats have got, the Mercury dealers have got the proper ones. Alright, so it's not going to work perfectly as a barrier, but it's going to be better than...
Right, I'll pass you that one to do. You pass me that one, I'll slip it on.
Sure you want to get...
Just drop it through and just sit it there, it'll drop in. Just sit it there. Because if you push that down,
No, it's just
you're not going to get that one in.
Getting it into the hole. Right.
Right, so we're going to put the plate washers on the bottom of these back ones, and we're going to put the stainless, oh, it's 316 stainless too, that's good.
Marine stainless.
So, and they'll go on
Underneath.
of those ones. Where's the other stainless one? There.
So, how many lock nuts have we got there?
2.
Alright, so another 2 here.
So, are you going to use those little ones as well as those big ones?
Nah, just use the big ones I
You
think.
sure?
Yeah, because it's the exact same hole, size hole.
Oh,
So.
yeah. And they're thicker anyway, alright.
Yep, 17. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. Alright guys, hopefully you guys can see on that. Are you feeling stronger now?
Yeah, I am now.
Oh.
Make sure those are loose and dried off so we can get it up there. That'll probably do it. Righto. Ups and daisies. Yeah, see, with that pointed towards the centre of the boat, so if you fix that in that place, is that going to become an issue? I know, because you can just turn it from
No,
there.
it's got the lock there. Yeah, I can just turn it from there.
Because you can have it back there. So
Does that give us more? Yeah, that gives us full steering both ways.
yeah. What about when you... Let's screw it on.
Nope.
No, I had a feeling the gear shift was going to get in the way, but what you can do is drag this over a bit. Just pull the motor over.
Oh yeah, that clears that. Oh, but I mean that's full. You're not
Yeah,
going
you're not going
to
to turn that far. So that works. So we'll lock it on there, eh?
Hold on, let's go. Come this way just a smidge. Just. I reckon about there.
Yeah, because that's going to be bolted to that. So
Yeah. So just bolt that across. Like, oh man, it's got the space of washers, so yeah, that's going to clear
we'll
there.
tighten that up. Let's put the motor on, eh? Well, actually, the motor's rocked back and has to be pushed forwards. So that's how it would sit on the stand.
We'll just tighten it up where it is. Just loosely tight, just to hold it in place. Just make sure.
Mind you, you've got it still kicked up, so you need to drop this.
Yeah.
Drop that right into there.
Second to bottom, or
I would almost say maybe, yeah, maybe, because
because that would be there.
Yeah, I would actually almost say bottom to bottom.
Because that looks pretty. Oh, you reckon the bottom?
Yeah, because you think about it, we're all going to be up the front, so there's not going to be a lot of weight at the back of the boat.
Well, there'll be the batteries and tote tank and motors and.
Because the last thing you want is it ventilating as it's going.
Ah, don't think I'm going to do that. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So that gives us.
That should give you full steering.
We can actually come across a bit more now, back more towards centre. Although that does clear both ways.
Yeah. See, because you're only sort of just clearing that side.
Ah, there's a finger gap.
Yeah, that'd be about the maximum that would probably turn with the big motor. Would only probably turn to about there. It wouldn't turn sideways.
So that's a finger gap both ways.
It would go, 25 degree basically. Yeah.
Right, guys, we just done the auxiliary motor. Now we're gonna run. Can you pass the thing back through, Phil? Sorry.
What thing?
The vacuum cleaner thing that's still in the battery box.
That doodad.
Yeah, that.
It's gonna
so
go
we're going to
there.
mount that somewhere on here. Here somewhere.
Yep.
So somewhere there. So then we can get all the cables for the motor run through. We can't hook up the hydraulic line yet because we need to get some through-hole waterproof connectors for it to come through onto here because it didn't come in the pack. So I have to go to Repco and get those, but we'll get this thing mounted and then we can run all our cables and everything through into the boat at least.
And maybe even mount the remote.
Yeah, and remount the remote. And then we're getting pretty close.
Then we work out, well, our switches are going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'll get my tools, guys, and we'll be back. Right, guys, chuck this back on me buff head. And we want to work out where we want this to go. I don't want it about there somewhere, I reckon. Hopefully that won't interfere with the batteries. So if we kind of want that to be the centre, we're just going to go right there. This thing's a wonky old thing too.
Just like its owner then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh Jesus. You feel a heart attack coming on to you? Woohoo! Shit going everywhere.
The boat's going to need a major wash down. Get rid of all the alloy. Wash it all into a pile. Because if you try and sweep that, it's going to just scratch the paint. I don't know. Right. Boom. And that'll go there.
What screws you got for it?
Those countersunk ones that I had.
Need 4 of them.
4 of these little lures.
You going to do them square or in a diamond?
Well, I reckon square looks nicer.
Right.
So we're going to need 4 of these little monkeys. Boom, 4. And then we're going to need that thing. I'm going to need...
You know what they need? They need to create a screw. Now this might seem like a stupid idea, but a self-tapping screw that goes into aluminium.
They probably have those, just...
Do they?
Well, probably, just not in Hokitika. Somewhere...
They probably don't even have them.
Somewhere up there, fella, is my screwdriver.
Oh.
Green!
There's all this aluminium everywhere.
That's the one.
No, mine.
Eh!
I'm claiming it.
Under what?
It's mine.
Under it's mine.
Yeah, straight up. It's mine. Possession's 9/10 of the law.
Also, now I've got to find where I put the 3.5mm,
Oh my god.
which I got out at the same time to do the dash, so it's probably on the dash. Oh, no, there it is. See, I knew where things were. Don't know where the other monster is. Being diesel.
He was over by the tree before, but then he's decided no, had enough of his and gone burgers.
Yeah, that sounds pretty much like diesel.
It does, doesn't it? Pardon me.
I mean,
You sure those holes are square? Not slightly on the terps.
yeah. We'll get one drilled and then I can.
You need to seat that drill bit properly.
It is seated properly.
Is it all the way down, is it?
It is. It is!
Oh yeah, hiding the screw heads, eh?
Oh, you know. Trying to, somewhat.
Probably easier than painting them.
So we can over them. Right. One hose hole. That can close.
You need to put your cables all on.
Yeah. Alright.
Oh, well, that didn't last long. Did she realise she wasn't as important as a boat?
Don't you fall off on me, I just hit you in position.
Well, get your screws in.
Well guys, that sort of brings us to the end of fitting out the motors and stuff. We had a bit of a mission getting the cable here on, running the cables through the vacuum cleaner hose. It was a bit of a mission, especially getting this little doodad on. The auxiliary, that's all on. As I say, what I'd come up with is we're going to drop this down a little bit, which will drop the motor a little bit, which will give it the clearance to fully tilt. So yeah, you guys will get a little bit of a sneak peek here of what's coming up in the next video. So basically, what we also ran is the hydraulic steering. That's all in. You would have heard in the video I was waiting on the seals basically to arrive. So once we did that, we got all of the hydraulic steering in. So that was yeah, done off camera. As you can see, all the gauges are in, there's carpet in the boat, rod holders are in, there's a solar panel on the roof, and batteries, DC charger, the switch panel. This is all in, seats are back in. Yeah, so this is all coming up in the next video, just the final fit out of all of this. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a bit long, it's a bit all over the place. I had to sort of chop and change the video a little bit to make it work. As you can see, lovely west coast weather again. The boat, as I'm standing in it now, is ready for water testing. So yeah, the next video, which hopefully won't be quite so far apart. I know the last few have been spaced out. That's just been because of the weather. We haven't been able to do too much. So yeah, the Minn Kota is all on as well. Again, we'll go over that in the next video. But yeah, so we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. So a bit of a sneak peek of what's coming, and yeah, just that we ran that hydraulic steering off camera after we fitted the motors, because we were just waiting on a couple of parts, and it wouldn't really tie into the rest of just the final fit out. So yeah, just want to let you guys know that, and thanks for watching. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Yeah, not long to go until we're hitting the water and doing some adventures. So thanks again, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.